Happy Sunday. It is the 15th and I've been able to write consistently every day, which right now I'm counting that as a definite win. On Friday the 13th, which is the last time I checked in and where the last vlog ended, I was about 200 words under my goal at the end of the day, but yesterday and today both I was over. So yesterday I had a good 500 words over, which I was really excited about. Today is about 300 words and I don't have any more in me. So I talked about in my last vlog how I was having some health problems and I was feeling a lot better, and as soon as I started feeling better I started getting cramps, and as soon as my cramps started to let up I woke up with a raging cold this morning, and I thought it was really going to derail all of my plans. I canceled everything I was doing this morning. I didn't leave my house. I took cold medicine. I slept for 4 hours. So if I sound raspy and congested, that's why. The extra strength cold medicine is really the only thing keeping me going. So I wrote and then ate and then wrote and then slept, and I did that for a little while, but I have some YouTube editing stuff that I have to do now, and it's not super late, but I want to get it done earlier because I think it's going to take me a lot longer to do, just because I feel like I'm at the end of my focus. I just want to be a blob. I want to be a sick blob. I want to lay on my couch and I want to do nothing, but I don't want to give up on Nano yet. Tomorrow was supposed to be a 5K day, and I don't know exactly how that's going to pan out now. Other more exciting news, I'm almost done with Fable. I'm really excited. I really like this book. I have about 50 pages left, a little bit less, and that's one of the reasons I don't really want to do a whole lot of writing, because I want to be able to sit and read. I really enjoyed it. If you didn't see in my older vlogs, I do mention how I started a reading log very recently, because when I read books, and this is something I've just been doing for a while, sorry my window is messing with the light on my face because I'm so pale. But when I read books, I consciously think of things as a reader that I liked and that I don't like, so that I can use it to improve my writing. But the downside of that is my memory is pretty poor, so I have these thoughts and I have these things, and unless something is really bad in a book, I just forget over time. So I'm starting a writer's reading log, where when I finish a book, I put a little blurb about what it's about. I put how it ended, so this book, the next one doesn't come out until March. I was super disappointed. I thought it was out already, but I'll put how it ended, so when I pick up the book in March, I remember what my rating for it was when I finished it, and then writing notes. So I already know what my notes about this are going to be. Mostly positive. I have one, I want to say it's not negative, but I have one critical thing to say about the book, and it's not even that bad. There were just a few instances, and if you see, this book is pretty small. There were a few instances where I felt like things were repeated and they didn't have to be. I knew what was going on and it was already explained, and it was explained again, and the second time I was okay, I already knew that, and then the third time I was okay, I get it, I get it. But that only really happened around one subject, and other than that, I really love the culture, I really love the main characters, and I really like the dynamic between Fable and the crew that she works with. My next read is Serpent and Dove, and my lights are really messing with me today, but I'm so excited to read this book. I have been waiting since June or July. So back then, probably right at the end of June, I got the e-version of this book from the library to read it, and then Fairy Loot was we're making this special edition with pretty edges and it'll match the Blood and Honey version, and you can only get the Serpent and Dove one if you also buy the Blood and Honey one, and they were supposed to be released in September when that book came out, but they were delayed. I just got this last week, so I have been full of suspense. I've heard so many people talk about it, I've seen it all over Instagram, and I'm actually buddying reading it with a friend, which is the most exciting thing happening about this book, is the buddy reading. I haven't done that in years, and the last time I did it I remember it being very unsuccessful. So I've already hit my writing goal for today pretty early on, and tonight is going to be a me night. I'm going to sit and I'm going to do whatever I want, and then I'm going to be more on top of writing tomorrow, hopefully if I feel good I'll be more on top of writing. Happy Monday the 16th. I am feeling a little bit better, but a little bit grosser. I have close to no appetite and I'm craving boba. I already wrote 2,300 words today, so it's been pretty productive. It's only about 3 o'clock. I had a really lazy morning. Today was supposed to be a 5K day, but I honestly don't think 5K is reasonable, and I know that's kind of funny considering I'm already at 2,500 and it's 2 p.m., but I have schoolwork that's due on Wednesday, which is in 2 days, and I work long days tomorrow and the next day. So I've been feeling kind of cruddy. I'm thinking it's in my best interest to prioritize that, if that makes sense. But I thought it would be fun to maybe shoot for 4,000 or at least 3,500. Last time I tried a 4K day, I wrote or a 5K day. I'm sorry, last time I tried a 5K day, I wrote 4,200. So I thought maybe if I just did 4,000, and then it would almost be like when you go to the gym and you don't do better but you do the same. If I can get something like that going on, that would be great. I really did get dressed up today just to film so that I would feel better about the way I feel on the inside, because like yesterday it was a lot of my throat hurt and my head was hurting and lightheaded, and today it's like those, or at least my head went away, my throat still hurts a little bit, but now my nose is running and I feel like I'm just sniffling and blowing my nose every few minutes. So I told myself if I look pretty I can kind of like forget that that's happening, if that makes sense. But I don't feel necessarily great about the words that I wrote yesterday or today, really. I think I'm in a little bit of a slump where, you know, like sometimes you write and you're like, this is amazing, this is so emotional and captivating, and sometimes you write and you're like, I don't actually know where I'm going with this. I think I'm in a little rut like that, and I don't know if it's just the way I'm feeling, or it's probably just because of the fact that I had a really good intention for like the scene before this sort of started, and I'm thinking I might just need to regroup and collect my thoughts. So today has been a pretty lazy day. I'm on probably my second or third writing break, and it's just the beginning of when I'm filming. I did get up and I just relaxed. I felt so gross. I read, I updated my planner, I wrote a little bit, I walked around the house, and I got a shower and I got cleaned up, and then I wrote a little bit more, and then I got some food in me, and I kind of just had this, I just didn't want to be present, but I think I'm doing better now. After my whole lazy morning, I think I'm doing a lot. This writing break is going to consist of finishing my YouTube video to post today because it is Monday, also posting on Instagram, and then whenever that's done, I'm going to sit back down and keep writing. I'll let you guys know either tonight or tomorrow how far I got. So I'm not quite done with my writing day today. I am at 3,178 words so far, so I'm really close to my 4K goal. Maybe if I'm even feeling up to it, I'll keep going to the 5,000. But to be entirely honest, something sounds really good about just relaxing right now. I just woke up from like a little mini exhaustion nap that I had. But I had the thought while I was writing, and it was really distracting me, so I had to come add to my vlog. I brought up the books earlier, but I never said what my 20,000 word reward was, and I was like, that's so silly. Why did I even go on a tangent? And I didn't even bring up what the reward for my writing was, and it is a 5-star stamp, so like a rating stamp with a hollow 5 stars. So I have 3 books in my book log right now, and for the first book I had drawn the stars, and they were very lopsided, and I was very ashamed of them. Even though I'm probably the only person who was going to see them, I didn't like how ugly my stars were, if I'm being honest. And then for the second book, I just wrote like the number, like 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's just not as much fun. So it's 1.5 inches wide, and it's just 5 hollow stars on a stamp, so that I could do like my template, and I could do like the title and the date and whatever fancy, and then I could put just like a stamp to color in. And I love that. It was an exciting little treat thing. And it was only $12 actually on Etsy, so if any of you guys need custom stamps for anything, Etsy is pretty magical when it comes to stuff like that. And it was just a fun purchase that I don't think I would have gone out of my way to get before, and that's sort of the idea behind these rewards. Now my next one for 30,000 words, I had said before that it's going to be me using that bath bomb, but as I'm getting these little, I don't want to say meaningless, but as I'm getting these little gifts, they don't mean as much to me as how excited I am for this bath bomb. So the amount that I like the bath bomb and the amount that I like the candles and stuff that I order are pretty much the same, but the difference is I can order as many candles as I want over and over and over again as I run out of them, and I will only ever have one of these bath bombs because it was given to me in a book box. So I want to meet a bigger goal to use it. So I'm thinking that's probably going to end up being my end of the first draft thing. So this every 10,000 word goal is only going to continue through NaNoWriMo, and then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm probably going to ease up to 25,000 like markers, and then the end of the manuscript, and that's probably going to be it. But I was really excited about those book stamps. It's a childish kind of excitement. I really like office supplies, and it's something that's going to be super functional for me. So I haven't done any real writing yet today, but I wanted to check in for yesterday and the day before because it is, I don't even know what today is. It is the 19th. I'm just so like disoriented when it comes to days. It is Thursday, I do know that because I have class tonight, and I also have a live stream with Brooke. It's about 3:30, so I have plenty of time to write. I got an accidental 200 words in. I almost said 300, but it was really like 240-ish words, more so because I pulled up my document and I was like, okay, I want to do a little bit of brainstorming, and as I was like doing that, I was like, oh wait, I have to adjust the way that the scene ends, so I added on to it a little bit. But yesterday, I got really nauseated and I started coughing and I started losing my voice a little bit. So bear with me for the rest of this vlog. And anybody who attends the live stream tonight, I'm going to sound a little bit raspy. Sometimes it's better than others, honestly. But thank goodness, by coincidence, yesterday I had only scheduled myself 500 words. I had noticed, like, I've been scheduling my daily goals weekly as I get my work schedule. So I had noticed the first 2 weeks that whenever I work 8 to 9 hours, that I really just am not mentally feeling writing when I come home, especially on the days where I have to like work for 9 hours and then come home and make dinner. And then afterwards, like if I get a little bit done, then that's honestly better than anything. So I was taking that into account. This week's goal was only 13,000. So I had default placed 1,000 words on every day that I was working. And then the weight of the rest of the week is on the days that I was off. But then I went back and I took 500 off of that day because that was the only day I worked 9 hours, and I split it up between other days that I worked. And I think that was a great system. It accidentally worked in my favor because on Tuesday, 2 days ago, I was feeling really good. I was feeling so good that I thought I was just done being sick. I went out with my little sister for a little while. We got bubble tea, and then I came back and I wrote, and I had like made plans to be really productive on Wednesday and Thursday and to not only vlog a lot but to write a lot. And I was nauseated from the second I woke up to like 4 o'clock yesterday, and it wasn't the kind of like nauseated like you feel like you're gonna throw up. It was like I would stand up and I couldn't tell if I was swaying or not. So I was very much a couch potato. But while I was on the couch, I got 560 words done, and I got a little bit of brainstorming and planning done for today and tomorrow's writing, which is really a little bit more valuable than word count to me now because I reached the 30,000 word mark 2 days ago, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, on the 17th, I got 30,382 words in total, and I am just at that point now where I'm really evaluating tension that's making the story move further. So I already know this is really sad. I'm already planning to take out, I'm probably going to guesstimate like 5,000 to 7,000. I have a small list of scenes that I know I want to go back and rework and replace whenever Nano's over. I don't want to be doing any of that editing now because I don't want to cut into my writing time, but I know I'm going to be cutting some of that out. So I'm assuming in my story, I'm just going off the basis of, imagine I was 20,000 words into the story, what kind of tension would I need to keep the story going? So even though I'm at 30,000 words, I'm pretending I am a little farther behind because I'm anticipating cutting those words out. So I know I'm not quite at the midpoint yet. It would normally be another 10,000 words or so before I would want to start doing midpoint things, but I'm probably going to push that to between 15 and 20,000 words from now because I am definitely an overwriter. So that being said, by the end of Nano, when I hit like 50,000 words is really when I want to be working on my midpoint, which is really late for that, but I'm an overwriter, so I'm trying to anticipate that for whenever I go back and I edit. Today's goal is 2,000 words. I got a little bit over 200 done already. I would like to get at least 1,000 of those words done before I have my live stream later with Brooke, but even if I don't, I feel like I've been writing a lot in the evening. I've been having that problem where I feel like garbage all day and all morning, and it's really hard to stay awake. But in the evening, especially the late evening, I've been feeling very good. My head has been clear. I have been okay. Maybe it's like the amount of water I drink during the day and that I don't all night, so I feel kind of gross. Whatever it is, I feel like if I don't hit 1,000 before the live stream, I'll definitely be able to make that up after the live stream, so I'm not super worried. I am flirting with the idea of tomorrow reading an entire book in a day. But that aside, let's talk about tomorrow for a minute. Tomorrow's goal is 3,000 words, which is a lot, so normally I wouldn't put anything else on myself that day, but I'm going to try to overwrite today to take a little bit off of tomorrow. I'm also off of work on Saturday now, which I only have 1,250 words scheduled for Saturday because I thought I would be working. But now that I am off of work, I can maybe position a couple words from one day to the next, but the reason why is because I want to read a whole book in a day. I did this once a few months ago and it was a lot of fun, but I am just a little bit behind on my reading goal for this year. I had the goal to read 50 books this year, which felt like a really reasonable number. I pour through books so quickly now, but I went through a reading slump of several months at the end of spring and at the beginning of summer, and that's kind of funny thinking about it in hindsight because that was quarantine season and our store didn't shut down right away. It really took a few weeks, so maybe that's what did it, but I would have thought I would have poured through more books during that short time where everything in my area was closed, but I didn't, and I want to say I have 20 books left to read this year, maybe a little bit less than that, but I started reading books so quickly lately that Goodreads stopped telling me I was 13 books behind and started telling me that if I keep up this pace, I'm on track to finish, which says something about my personality because I'm making that time to pour through books, but I am behind on my own NaNoWriMo goals. But in my defense, it's a lot easier to read whenever you're sick and laying on the couch than it is to be creative and write. But I think I'm going to pick one of my books off of my TBR, and I'm going to try to read it either all tomorrow or half tomorrow and half on Saturday. But if I could do that maybe 3, maybe 4 times between now and the end of the year, just read a book in 1 to 2 days, I think that will make getting to 50 books this year a lot more manageable by the end of the year. Audiobooks are also carrying me through a lot of that because I listen to them constantly, in the shower and driving and doing my makeup and stalking at work sometimes if I'm in the back room. I'm just always listening to an audiobook, I feel like. But I really love reading physical books, and I want to make a better habit of making more time more frequently to doing that. So I just got done with mine and Brooke's live stream. I think it was really productive. Me and her were definitely getting to the end of our patience, I want to say, towards the end. My back has just been spazzing and cramping and knotting up the whole last hour. But we just finished, and I feel like we had a really productive writing time. I got to 800 words before I started, which was really exciting. And then for the day, I have 2,197 words, which brings me to a total of 33,142 words. And I am now only 2,608 words behind. So I feel like I've made a lot of progress. I feel like I've been really up and down today just trying to get things done. I know I said I wanted to do a book in a day or book in 2 days starting today, but I think I last minute decided to start that tomorrow. I was feeling just a little bit crummy today, so it was easier just to get my writing stuff, and I also had class in this live stream, so I thought maybe it would be better to start on a day where I didn't have time-consuming events. So tomorrow is Friday. I don't have a whole lot going on. It's just a choose my own schedule kind of day. So that would be a perfect day for an all-day reading day. And tomorrow's word goal is 3,000 because it is a day off of Starbucks, and that's just what I was doing whenever I made these goals. It seems a little lofty now, I'm never in the mood to sit and write 3,000 words. So I think I'm going to put a note at the bottom of my calendar where I've been leaving notes, and I think I'm going to try to not schedule myself more than 2,000 words on any day. It's okay if I sit and write 2,000 words, and it's okay if I make personal goals the morning of, but I think when I sit down a week before, I think I'm going to try to keep things at 2,000, because that's really when I start pushing and when I really start coming up short, and 2,000 is over the NaNoWriMo expectations. But some of my 3,000 word days I get up and I say, you know what, I'm going to write 5,000 words. So it's not really a limitation. It's more of what I'm expecting myself to put forth the effort for. And the 3,000 word days, I've come to dread them, honestly, which is really funny because I'm probably going to make my goals for next week today, and it's probably going to be a lot of heavier word count days because I want to catch up by the end of the month. So with that, I'm going to give reading a rest for tonight. I'm probably going to wash my face, tie my hair up, make myself some hot tea, and sit and read. I have, and I'm not using it tonight, but I wanted to show you guys, this was my reward for 30,000 words. It is a bath bomb. It is called Shrine in the Sky, I think, or Sky Shrine, something like that. It's very citrusy. I got it from Lush, and I am such a huge fan. I got a bath bomb that I care a little bit less about to celebrate 30,000 words, since I'm saving that special Harry Potter Golden Egg one till the end of my manuscript. Unfortunately, the other two things I ordered for 10 and 20,000, I feel like I might not get for a week or two. The candles that I ordered for my 10,000 word reward were at my U.S. Postal Service, like my closest postal office, whatever, a few days ago, and they were missent back into the nearest city to, like, it's a couple hours away. So they were sent to the other side of the city, and it doesn't exactly say whenever they're going to be sent back. So I don't actually know when I'm going to get those, but my stamp should come in probably next week, so I'm just going to be showered in gifts at the beginning of next week, which is going to be awesome. Hopefully by then I'll also hit 40,000 words. I have no idea how I want to celebrate 40,000 words yet. I was really trying to end this vlog, to start, end, and to go throughout this entire vlog on a way more positive note, but the universe seems to have other plans. I did get 1,633 words done today, which is pretty great. I can't be sad about that, but my goal was 3,000, so I'm now up to 4,000 words behind instead of the really nice 2,600 I was at for a while. I really was getting closer and closer to being on track with every day, but today sort of threw a curveball into that. So I have this lightheadedness, all my cold symptoms have almost gone, but this lightheadedness will not leave, and I'm now starting to think that it's a lot more related to my neck and my shoulders and what's going on there rather than my head cold. I thought it was really just a head cold that was making me nauseous, but I got an adjustment at around 5 p.m. and it put me out of commission until midnight. So I got all this writing and stuff done earlier in the day, thinking oh, I could write casually in the evening. I was supposed to start reading. I wanted to read a book, an entire book between today and tomorrow, and I was just out of commission. And it's not even that my head hurt, it's it was a throbbing. It would throb from my neck up into my temples, and it made it so hard to think. So the only reason I'm really up and I'm moving now is because I have to drink a lot more water. I just didn't take in enough, and if I don't, it'll get worse tomorrow. That's what happened last time. I didn't drink enough water because I was asleep, and I woke up even sicker the next day. So while I'm up hydrating myself, it's really impossible to be writing right now, but I am going to start reading. I chose Forest of Souls for my reading day book. The goal was half of it today and half of it tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know how much I'm gonna make of it today. I did read a few pages to make sure that it wasn't gonna make my headache worse, and it didn't. It feels like just a constant throbbing that I can do close to nothing about, which I hate. But I'm gonna read until I get exhausted and pass out, and then hopefully pick up reading tomorrow and hopefully have a clear enough head to write tomorrow. But I'll check in either this weekend or early next week to let you know how the book is, how writing is, how recovering is, honestly. Right now I am at 34,875 words, which is so many words, it's outrageous. And I hope all the focus and productivity on you guys over the weekend. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video if you made it this far. I post writing related content every Monday.